Hello everyone, welcome to my travel vlog. My name is Trần Đỗ Cát Tiên and this is about my second field trip with Saigon University. We went to the center of Vietnam including Nha Trang, Quy Nhơn, Hội An, Đà Nẵng and Central Highlands with only one city, Đà Lạt. Now let's get started. Number 1. Nha Trang Oceanography Institute. Located about 6 kilometers from the center of Nha Trang, Khánh Hòa province, it is one of the first centers for scientific research in Vietnam, particularly focusing on marine flora and fauna lives. To be honest, I was only interested in the schools of fish swimming in various types of tanks with sparkling lights. It reminded me of the movie Finding Nemo. However, don't forget that the institute not only displays countless species of living fish, plants, but also skeletons of animals, sand, and some realistic models of marine lives. Listening to the on-site guide who presented fascinating information, I was captivated by the satisfying beauty of this mini ocean. Thanks to this visit, I've learned a lot and become more aware of plastic waste which can hurt lovely creatures out there. Number 2. Dòng Rock. The Hòn Dòng is a famous beauty spot about 3 kilometers from the center of Nha Trang city. It is a large rock group with all kinds of shapes stacking each other and running from the high shore to the sea. Some colorful statues have been built there, but the natural beauty of the blue water and the unique organization of the rocks should be the focus of your experience. There are a few legends related to this place, such as the giant man, the man who watched fairies showering and fell, the couple's boat, which should be told by the locals. I felt really calm when being mesmerized by this scenery, and we had fun taking photos too. Number 3. Windy Strait. Our bus stopped at a station, then we were taken to El Gió by an electric car. El Gió Beach is located in the peninsula commune of Quy Nhơn, Bình Định province. When I first arrived, I was impressed by the majestic beauty of the mountains. It was exhausting to climb up and down the stairs, but it was worth it as I saw some cute ghosts besides the main scenery. El Gió is enclosed by a range of mountains shaped like a bowl. How to get to the sea? You have to go through a lot of terraced fields. At the mountain foot, I saw some round stones looking like eggs. Although tons of rocks there kind of scared me as I tried to walk towards the water, I was peacefully immersed in the atmosphere that is made of blue sea and fresh air. Number 4. Hội An Ancient Town. The ancient town inside Hội An city reflects a combination of indigenous and foreign cultures of China, Japan, and Europe. By the way, lots of tourists take a bicycle or cycle tour around here. The town is a well-preserved traditional complex of more than 1,000 timber frame buildings with brick or wooden walls. It has also retained its original function as a trading port and commercial center. The main color is yellow and the place is famous for bright lanterns. The first place we visited in Hội An was Đức An Ancient House. This house used to be a meeting point for patriots and still retains many works of the patriot Phan Châu Trinh. It is a tube house with the Oriental architecture. The first compartment is a living room and a worshipping room as well. There is a corridor that connects the living room and the private room. The yard in between is to get as much air and light as possible. The second place we got to see was Cantonese Assembly Hall. Hội Quán Quảng Đông is a sacred place of over 100 years old. Originally, the hall was used to worship the Mazu goddess and Confucius. Since 1911, the focus has been shifted to Guan Yu and other respectable figures. Additionally, the Cantonese community used to gather together to help each other with business and life in general. The final spot we went to was Bridge Pagoda. 400 years ago, the Japanese built an 18-meter-long bridge over Huai River. A pagoda is located on the bridge. You can watch the river with colorful reflection of lanterns from the bridge. Unfortunately, it was too crowded and dark for me to film. Chùa is truly one of the tourist attractions here. It is the symbol of Hoi An ancient town. Number 5. Marble Mountains or 5-element mountains. You can use the elevator, but we decided to go on foot to discover all corners perfectly. Ngũ Hành Sơn is a cluster of 5 hills located in the south of Da Nang City. It is a Buddhist worship site with a complex of peaks, limestone caves, and temples. Linh Ứng Pagoda was the first spot we visited. Xá Lợi Stupa, which has the most stone Buddhist statues in Vietnam. Vân Thông Cave. This cave is quite high. There's a hole that you can go inside and see a Buddhist statue, but I was too exhausted to climb. This is an awesome place to take pictures and videos with friends. Huyền Không Cave, which has the most beautiful scenery among the caves here. It looks truly sacred with the temples and statues inside. It has circular arches opening to the outside, so it is always full of light in the morning. Tam Thai Pagoda with 3 gates. Despite many restorations afterwards, it still retains the ancient architecture of Buddhism. River Watching Tower. The spiritual tranquility here made me want to meditate for hours. Number 6. Linh Ứng Pagoda. Da Nang is home to 3 Linh Ứng Pagodas. This one is on Sơn Trà Peninsula. It has an area of 20 hectares with a complex of buildings, which makes it the largest one in Da Nang. The most outstanding feature is the Lady Buddha statue, which is the tallest one in Vietnam with a height of 67 meters. Many tourists come here and pray for good things. Its architecture is a harmonious fusion between the contemporary and traditional Vietnamese styles. Personally, I couldn't take my eyes off not only the divine architecture, but also the attractiveness of the sea and mountains. However, I tried to avoid the monkeys who might steal my phone, so I had no recordings of them. Number 7. Nha Trang Stone Church. Father Louis Valle, who helped build the church and founded Nha Trang Cathedral Parish, was buried here. It was built entirely of stones in French Gothic style. A lot of people who passed away had their ashes put on the wall to be placed in the heaven. It was pleasant to gaze at gorgeous white statues depicting Jesus Christ and some saints. The most striking feature of Gothic architecture in this place is the arches being curved, wide, and pointing at the sky. Now let's go inside. This is the altar with an average-sized cross above. The church is fairly spacious, yet I was more impressed by the gorgeous stained glass windows. I felt so small when standing in front of the church. God bless all of us. Number 8. Domaine de Marie. Mai An Church is a Catholic convent in Đà Lạt, Lâm Đồng province. The church is on Mai An Hill, so that's where that Vietnamese name comes from, while Domaine de Marie in French means Domain of Maria. In Vietnam, it is one of the only 3 churches painted with pink, meaning the love God has for people. Passing by this gate, we'll find stories about the mothers who are not only in the Bible, but also in real life. This is the tomb of Suzanne Humbert, who financially supported the construction of the church. Across from the tomb is a large garden with lovely, colorful flowers. After listening to a preacher's presentation, I've learned more about women's sense, and I think that the nuns are also strong women who try their best to take care of the parish. Number 9. Đà Lạt Railway Station. Đà Lạt Station is on the Đà Lạt Tháp Chàm Railway Line, Lâm Đồng Province. It is one of the oldest stations in Indochina. It was designed in 1932 by French architects and opened in 1938. Another special thing is that it has a climbing car railway, which only exists in Vietnam and Switzerland. This station has 3 tracks and 1 platform in use. They also built a cafe in the form of a train where you can have a sip of any drink and chill out. There's another train that doesn't work but acts as a background for young people to take pictures. Although the main function of the station has been limited, nowadays a handful of tourists still come here to listen to the history of the railway and enjoy the human-made scenery. Number 10. King Palace or Palace 1. Palace 1 is situated on a high hill surrounded by immense pine trees. King Palace has unique architecture that deeply marks the neoclassical European style, both ancient and modern. This palace used to be a villa of a French millionaire who was also an official. In 1949, Bảo Đại, the last emperor of the Nguyen dynasty in Vietnam's feudalism, bought and renovated it. Since then, it became a general headquarters and an office for his subordinate officers. Therefore, the building mostly has working rooms, yet it was also built with some resting rooms for Emperor Bảo Đại and Empress Nam Phu. Later, the palace was upgraded with a tunnel which had the emergency exit leading to a small heliport. I imagine living in this area would be like a fairy tale. Number 11. Summer Palace or Palace 3. Not far away from the previous destination, Palace 3 is a 2-floor mansion. Both palaces are near the city center of Đà Lạt. Unlike King Palace, Summer Palace is a place for Bảo Đại and his family to stay and relax during summer vacations. The first floor is for his office, library, relaxation room, and a big dining room. The second floor includes bedrooms for the emperor, empress, and their children. Though Palace 3 doesn't look as magnificent as Palace 1, both places always attract foreign and domestic tourists. Number 12. Lang Biang Mountain. Lang Biang is located in Lạc Dương district, which is 12 kilometers from Đà Lạt in the north. To get to the peak, we had to take a jeep or car ride through the steep. The name Lang Biang is derived from a Kahor legend, which is about a wonderful love of Hà Biang and Cà Lang. They were not approved to be together, so they ended their life in this area. In fact, I expected the weather to be freezing, but it turned out just slightly cold, at least for me. In spite of a lot of fog, we were still able to take pictures and videos, and even found it really dreamy. Lang Biang used to be much wider. Nevertheless, humans today try to interfere with nature and create artificial beauty, which is quite disappointing for me. After visiting Lang Biang, we went to Linh Mút restaurant to have dinner and enjoy performances of Kahor people. Number 13. Trúc Lâm Zen Monastery. The monastery is situated on Phượng Hoàng Mountain, surrounded by a forest of 23 hectares. We had to walk on a very high, steep path to get to the pagoda. The pagoda was built in 1993-1994 by the superior Buddhist monk Thích Thanh Từ, and the design is Oriental architecture. With breathtaking landscapes, the pagoda is not only a place for meditation but also an ideal site for visiting. Just by sitting and taking a deep breath here, I could feel my mind being cleared of negativity. Hello everyone, today I'm with Miss Linh, a Vietnamese, English and French teacher who is based in Da Nang. And today we'll get to know her and her life in Da Nang. Hello chị Linh. Hello em. So, why did you decide to go to Da Nang? Okay, because I would like to try many cities in Vietnam to see which city the best fit for me. Then, so I live in Hạ Long City, Hà Nội, in Đà Lạt, Hội An, Mũi Né, and now I want to try now to visit Đà Nẵng. Wow, I've heard that you have experienced at Hội An. So, what are your thoughts on the comparison between Da Nang and Hội An? Đà Nẵng and Hội An, I think Hội An is more quiet and calmer, yeah, more peaceful. And but in Da Nang, there are much more activities for young people. For example, you have dancing groups here, which are not available in Hội An. Then Hội An, there is a beautiful beach, and in Da Nang too, the same. So the living cost similar between Hội An and Da Nang. And I think Hội An and Da Nang is very close, not so far, only 30 minutes. So like if now I live in Da Nang and in the weekend I want to change a little bit the environment, and I just need to drive like around 30 minutes to join the after. I think it's really good to live in Hội An or Da Nang. Wow. So what are your plans about living in Da Nang? Would you like to stay here permanently for short term or long term? For now, I have just arrived here for about 2 weeks, so I don't know yet. But first, I think I should live here maybe for a few months to see, and after to decide should I continue staying here or try another city. But until now, I think everything is fine. I start to have new friends here, yeah, and I participate in activities here with friends, new friends. Oh, really? Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, and that's what you have heard from a person who relocates to so many places all around Vietnam. Thank you, Miss Lin, and I hope that we'll see each other in Paris. Bye. Bye. Xin chào tất cả các bạn nha. Thì bây giờ mình đang có mặt tại một cái quán cà phê ở Đà Lạt. Thì mình có bắt gặp một bạn khách du lịch đây là người Sài Gòn. Thì bạn cho mình hỏi là đây có phải lần đầu bạn đi Đà Lạt không?
Đây là lần đầu tiên mình tới Đà Lạt.
Vậy thì bạn thấy là Đà Lạt khí hậu như thế nào?
Thì lúc mà trước khi đi á, thì là mình có coi thông tin đó, thì mọi người bảo là đang rất là lạnh, cho nên là mình chuẩn bị áo khoác với lại đồ các thứ. Nhưng mà lên đây thì mình thấy là thời tiết tương đối là mát thôi, còn buổi tối thì nó lạnh nhiều hơn.
Đúng rồi. Vậy còn về cảnh quan đồ bạn thấy Đà Lạt đẹp không?
Đẹp ha, rất là đẹp. Qua đây mình chụp cảnh rồi thiên nhiên quá trời luôn.
Nhưng mà chi phí thì sao? Có đắt đỏ không?
Cũng khá là đắt một chút. Đợt này mình đi thì mình cũng hơi nhiều tiền một chút.
Vậy thì chốt lại câu cuối cùng là nếu có cơ hội thì bạn có muốn quay trở lại Đà Lạt đi du lịch không?
Nếu mà mình tìm được mấy cái trải nghiệm mới, mấy cái trải nghiệm thú vị với giá cả hợp lý thì chắc là mình sẽ quay lại một dịp nào đó.
Ok. Rồi mà mong là sẽ gặp lại bạn ở Sài Gòn một ngày nào đó ha. Rồi, bye bye. To wrap up this story, here are a few things that I want to say about the second field trip that I've had with my friends and my teachers. All of the destinations that we have been to were all amazing, and it's really hard to compare to say that this one is great and that one is terrible, but we all have our favorites, right? Let's just be honest. For me, Hòn Chồng and Eo Gió are my favorite beauty spots. As a nature lover, I love the feeling of contemplating the natural landscapes and being immersed in the natural atmosphere of the blue sea, the fresh air, the wind, and stuff like that. I love the untouched beauty of those places which haven't been interfered with by humans too much. So yeah, that's the very first thing that went to my mind when I review all of the places that I have been to. As for the people in those places, I have to say that the local people were really great, friendly, and enthusiastic in helping the tourists. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a nice day and also nice journeys ahead. We'll see each other soon, and goodbye.